Well, it's evening time. I've had such a busy day. I've just been for the most amazing, beautiful walk, and I knew I needed to come and sit at my magic table and do a reading. I had a very busy day, but also then I was went for my facial, and my close friend, I've known her for a long time, she does my facial and what have you, and as she put on her music and we were doing everything, suddenly the music changed to a podcast, and her and I had been talking, and we'd been saying about the Lionsgate portal, and I'm going for a sound bath session with her stepsister, and when she was saying how wonderful it'd be, she'd been to one a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking about how important it is to surrender to your journey and really not trying to control or to force things. And sometimes it's really difficult, isn't it, because you do want, you imagine what you want, you're thinking what you want all the time. And, if you can possibly go run after it or try and force it in some way, it's especially, things do come to us when we do these things, but most of the time, we become generally, it doesn't work. And then we don't believe in ourselves, and then all sorts of other things appear, don't they, in our thoughts and our feelings. And we were talking about this, and we were saying, really important to just allow spirit. And we were talking about signs and synchronicities. And as we had just, settled down into this conversation, suddenly this happened, this podcast. And she went, oh, well, there's a sign. So we listened to the podcast while she was doing my facial, which was absolutely lovely. But it was Joe Dispenza, who's very famous for his wise words of wisdom. But he also was talking about surrender and how important it was not to control, not to force things, and etc. And he was saying such good wise words, but things that really I already know. But it gets reinforced when you hear it again, and it's important. And it just made me think that often when we sit like this, often the cards will come off, or the runes, or the guidance will be the same guidance again and again. And sometimes we go, oh, I've heard it, I don't want to hear it anymore, whatever. And that's absolutely fine. And sometimes we think, well, what am I missing? What is it? I keep hearing that, but I'm not quite seeing, or I'm not quite feeling that. So how can I make that change? And that really is about surrendering to the belief that something has to transform or change or whatever it is. And that's where we get the idea then, well, what is it that I have to learn? What is the lesson here? So we don't repeat cycles, so we don't, fall into the behaviors and the patterns that no longer serve us, that we're aware of, these sort of things. So sometimes it is really important to have that person or those people, or that, that belief that it resonates and you hear, and sometimes you need to hear it several times before something changes in your thinking, in your actions, in your understanding, whatever. But really that's what it was about. And I just really thought about that. So we're going to do an empowerment ritual again today, and we're going to ask Akashic Records for some guidance. The Intuitive Whispers cards wanted to come as well, and we've got our runes. So we've got a nice little amount of guidance here for us from our beautiful spirit team. And I have lit a green candle because it was interesting how I picked the green candle, and I thought, okay, that's all about healing. Then I realized I've got my green butterfly top on, which is healing. I did think Archangel Raphael is here with us. He's all about healing. He's all about the heart chakra. And of course, I then went with the Akashic Record cards, which are green on the back here, as you can see. So it was you know, sometimes you don't really recognize things, but then when you look into it, you might think, okay, this is making a bit of sense. I understand. And that's where we start getting that empowerment from. So let's do our empowerment ritual. I am the forge, the spark, the flame. I shape my life in my own name. No hand may take the steel I bend. No will may shape my journey's end. By heat and hammer the truth is cast, a strength to hold, a strength to last. I walk the path my hands have made, a witch unbroken, unafraid. So as above, so below, as within, so without, as it is and so mote it be. There we are. Beautiful. Thank you so much. That's our empowerment ritual. Take my lighter thing off the table. All right, so let's start as we usually do with our beautiful runes under the light of this beautiful green candle. Oh, and then I wanted to tell you, this is the affirmation today in my little calendar. May your life have enough clouds to create a beautiful sunset. And I read that and I thought, oh, that's lovely, but hang on. So may your life have enough clouds to create a beautiful sunset. On the back, the best defense is a good offense. Now then, we shall see where we go with that. Have a little think about that. I mean, these words are very powerful when we use them, and words can be misconstrued or they can be taken in a way that can help guide and help create a moment, a forward motion, a belief, an understanding. And so that's why it's important to recognize this. So our words of wisdom are very important because it resonates for a reason. So I always ask whoever's watching this, they need to hear this. And if you take it, if you actually hear it right now, fabulous. You might not. You might have to watch it again and it might come up on your feed again in 2 months' time, and you might then click on it and hear something else. I've done it. I've had it myself. So take how it is, all right? And here we are on our journey right now, in the now, in the creation of all that is. I love that. Okay, don't know where that came from, but it did. So here we go. We have our runes. No big runes tonight. We've got 5 runes. All right, so we've got Berkana, we've got Fihu, Berkana, Isis, we've got Gibo, and we've got Iswalo, is it? Right, we will check that one. Iswalo. All right, beautiful, beautiful. 5 runes. 5 wonderful, wonderful runes to start our reading. I've put them in this order, so I'm going to read them in this order. I don't even know if they came out in that order, but that's how they've been placed, so we're going with it. All right, here we go, here we go. Fihu. Fihu. Wealth, prosperity, abundance, reward, good health, new beginnings. So it is about wealth. It's about focusing on money and credit. It's about a broader meaning, concerns prosperity and abundance in general. So that's lovely. It's forms of well-being in addition to our reserves of actual cash. So things like good health, plentiful food. And I've just had dinner, so I'm really full after but I did go for a walk. Love, social success, and a joyful approach to life. It's also a reminder to appreciate what is going well in our lives, in whatever form it takes. So gratitude is the word that springs to mind. Okay, so that is increase in wealth, strengthen your psychic ability, attract and improve your social relationships, sending a magical working into the visible world. And then we've got Berkana, which I will find over here. Yes, Sawilo it is. Berkana. Right, new beginnings again, and family and growth and regeneration. It's about forming a new project, a new relationship, a new phase of spiritual development. And isn't that funny how I started the reading talking about our spiritual development? That's beautiful. And it's about a new idea leading to successful outcomes. So the universal energies are fertile, lined up for bringing forth new manifestations. It can also be known as the birth rune. So an actual birth of a child, a wedding, or other happy family occasions. It is the rune of female energy, and its shape presents the breast of the archetypal Earth Mother, who is known in many different guises to pagan cultures around the globe. So it symbolizes as well nurturing, attentive, and protective qualities of maternal energies. So it can signify a female person, of course, and obviously if it is you as the querent, if you were asking the questions, if you were sitting, if you're watching this, you're the female, it would pertain to something to do with you, and it could be that it's going to have a direct influence on you. So of course, if you're the female and it's about an actual birth of a child, or it's about a wedding, that type of thing, you're going to be obviously closely linked. So female, fertility, health, strengthen your family ties, love, protection, bringing new ideas to the physical. That's amazing. So we've got some really good new beginnings, rebirth, transformation, change. Isa, of course, is the ice rune, and it can literally mean you have to allow the ice to melt. So when we think about water flowing, it's the energy. Energy is water. All cups are in tarot, all to do with water and energy and the flow of energy, and Isa can represent that. It is about also maintaining a status quo. But because of that energy flow and that sort of change from ice to water, it's about clarity and understanding. So clarity and understanding in something. Gibo is about generosity, harmony, your talents, abilities, friendships. So it indicates you're receiving a gift, which may be material in nature or something intangible, such as emotional support. So when we talk about relationships, it could be that there's going to be an emotional supportive relationship now coming into your life after we've considered the fact that now we've got clarity on a situation, possibly an understanding of something. It's about generosity as well. So it's a related interpretation of success and harmony in partnerships. It is about, indicates that a relationship in your life is blessed with good fortune. That's lovely. So in romance, you may be experiencing deeper commitment and passion with your partner when we get Gibo. So it's about gifts from the higher realm as well, especially with skills and talents. You may discover a new passion that you have a natural ability for, or further develop a talent you are already pursuing. Fantastic. And that was exactly what was in my mind when I thought I've got to go to my magic table. I haven't actually done a reading today. I want to keep practicing and learning and strengthening my intuition and my connection with source. So it's important to keep working at that. So that was in my mind. All right, so it is about magical energy and abilities. I love that. Love that. No, I don't think it is Suila. Let me just check with the other one. There it is. I was. That's who it is. I was. And I was is about regeneration, rebirth, changes, and magic. All right, so it's often compared to the death card in tarot. Yeah, absolutely. It's positioned in the middle of the runic alphabet, signifying that death is the only end of a cycle, and it's never the end of a story. So I refer back. May your life have enough clouds to create a beautiful sunset. The best defense is a good offense. So that makes a little bit more sense to me now, because it's not the end of the story. It's the beginning of a new story. It's the end of a cycle. We've got a lot of change, rebirth, difference, clarity, understanding. And that's exactly what that Joe Dispenza surrendering was talking about. So very on point as always, my beautiful runes. Thank you very much for that. And now let's get our Akashic record cards and simply ask our question, because we just want our guidance on our evening in front of our beautiful green candles or candle. We have the War of the Roses, the Six of Roses, and we have the Increscent Moon, the Six of Keys. So 66 is your number tonight. I actually was told I need to look out for 66, and I did see it a few times on number plates not so many days ago. But here is 66 again. And if I'm not mistaken, sixes are often about change. Let me just see. Oh, 666 is about reflection and thought. Okay. So the best defense can be the best. What does it say? The best defense is a good offense. So it's about thought, clarity, understanding, changing how we feel, changing what we do. I spoke about this early on, so absolutely. Right, so we have the Six of Roses and we have the Six of Keys. And the Six of Roses, I have had that a few times in my readings in previous, and it's quite an interesting one, so I'm going to hold it and read it to you. I hope you can see it clearly. Storm clouds gather in the sky. Two lines of mounted knights stand at the ready, facing each other across a clear field of battle. The left side carries the banner of the white rose, and the right side the red rose. This card depicts a war within a relationship or a battle within your heart about a relationship. Most often, this relationship is romantic in nature, but this card could also refer to a co-worker, a partner, a boss, or a family member. To take what resonates. They could be power plays, and at the very least, there is a lack of reciprocity and communication. You are at an impasse. Your intuition or your spirit, the white rose, has told you that this experience is not a supportive one. But your passions, fears, and needs, the red rose, keep you from listening. What did I say about hearing? Oh my goodness. You have tried to bring the two together as indicated by the dirty flag with the combined white and red rose that is on the ground. There it is there. Can you see it? There. Look. All right. But what's happening in this relationship is not compatible with your spirit's view for you. So there you stand, your spirit and your passions just watching and waiting. This situation is nothing less than karmic, and it is time to listen and take action. Awareness, vision, and self-honoring are required now for you to position yourself best and make plans to leave the battlefield. Close your eyes and see or sense a person with whom you have some type of relationship. It can be any relationship that's happening in your life. Imagine that person handing you a rose. Is the rose vibrant or wilted, large or small, bright or dark, happy or sad? What message do you receive from this rose? That is your Akashic Force message. All right, so the Six of Keys. Straight away. A man works diligently sculpting a bust in his workroom. Behind him, a large window that overlooks the rolling hills of a harbour city. The moon in the sky points left, growing to full. It's called the Increscent Moon. The waxing moon on the card shows an exciting time of increased abundance and growth. Your efforts have combined with external circumstances, and even the stars have aligned. If things have been financially tight for you recently, relax. There is a great opportunity for increase and fulfillment. We got that in our runes, didn't we? In every way, financially, creatively, and even in your reputation and prestige. So just do your work and get ready to receive. Very interesting. They're very different, you know, in the sense that here we're sitting on a battlefield that we know it's an impasse, and no one's going to win this war. It's time to walk away, let go, surrender. All right, and this is saying that it's all coming in. There is good coming along. So it's about surrendering and allowing, surrendering and allowing, surrendering and allowing. Okay, brilliant. Surrendering and allowing. Okay, Spirit, under the War of the Roses, any detail on that, any guidance, please? The War of the Roses, surrender. Yes, okay. Oh, we've got a few cards that have come up. We have diversity, very interesting. So we have to surrender, diversify. You need to be looking elsewhere, waiting and hoping and just, no, it's time to move. It's time for diversification. Add some, one of my favorite cards, it's a 2-2 card, and I'll read that to you because it is really awesome. If you can say this when you're in that stuck, worried, not sure mode of thought, say these 3 words. They're very powerful. And then we have the Queen of Scrolls, and this is magic because it's the front cover. Okay, now the Queen of Scrolls, very beautiful, isn't she? Very beautiful, but it was in reverse, so I'm going to keep it in the reverse and I'm going to read it to you. But let's talk about the 5 of Scrolls first. Diversity. A woman stands on a veranda overlooking a beautiful valley dotted with little towns on the hills and along the river. Scrolls that she's read lie upon a nearby table. Another scroll is held loosely in her hand. She surveys all that she wants. With this card, you'll find that it's time to diversify. There are many options for you to consider, and you should take a look at them all. Allow yourself to try new things, go to new places, learn new subjects, break out into different directions, and meet new people. Don't worry about scattering your energy too thin. You're in a period of expansion, so use it. Let go. Let yourself go further afield than you planned. In the end, you will diversify in ways that introduce you to a whole new you. And that's interesting that the crescent moon is right there. It's almost like surrender, allow. This is what's coming, my friend. So that's beautiful. And let's go to add some, because that is important. It's almost like Spirit is giving us a little hand up here, a little boost. If we want to use, and it's a major arcana add some. I'll just show it to you again so you can appreciate this. A candle casts light on an open book held by a young woman sitting at a desk. Her eyes are drawn to the side as if she were distracted by her reading by a curious thought or someone nearby. She is, and it's 2:02 on the clock. Wow. She is surrounded by several people, many of whom are somewhat translucent and glowing. An angel bends and whispers, excuse me, Adsum, I arrive. I am here. I attend you. Adsum is a single word that has many, many meanings. First, it affirms your own strength and focus in the present. You can use it as a command word whenever you find yourself distracted from what's at hand. Just say, Adsum, I am here. And feel yourself attend to the situation or person before you. This word also declares your arrival at your goals and all your wishes coming true. Say, Adsum, I arrive, and take a moment to see yourself reaching your goals. Absolutely. Whenever you get this card, know that you're on your way to the results you seek with the help of others and the glorious help of Spirit. All coming about. You'll have many options, much help. And this card also reminds you to be assured that no matter what's happening in your life, Spirit is always there for you. They reach out to you, sharing their light and power and serving you in every way. From the least to the highest, from grandma to the divine, an eternal community attends you. Say, Adsum, and take some time to attend them too. You can act on your promise to God as Spirit lifts you upon their shoulders. You are present for each other, and together you arrive at your dreams. That is so magical. Magic on this table. I absolutely love that. Okay, our Queen of Scrolls in reverse. Let's have a little read of her then. Where are we? I can't find her. There she is. Is that her? Right. So sometimes the card reverse shows some sort of separation with an intellectual female who has strong communication skills or who works in a marketing or communication field. She could be a friend, family member, spouse, or co-worker. The separation could be due to distance, disruption, or breakup, or even divorce. Whatever the case, let it go. This card reversed could indicate some significant problems with or for this person as well. Isn't that interesting how we started off with the surrender card, the War of the Roses? Pay attention, my friend. The Queen of Scrolls may also indicate that you or a woman in your life may be losing or leaving a work position that involves management, research, study, or communication. There may be some uncertainty about the future, but the Queen of Scrolls and the Woman of Wisdom is the Woman of Wisdom and is very close to the Akashic Records. Turn to this side of you and let the records guide you now. That is beautiful. The Queen of Scrolls will come to you and hand you a scroll, and your greater mind awakens. So very interesting. Whatever this impasse is, you take what resonates, my friend. Absolutely. But there is definitely a very clear surrender, action, surrender, accept. There's going to be a lot of opportunities here for you, people. Absolutely guided, supported by spirit. It is a divine, it's on your path. It's all new, change, rebirth. Fantastic. And our beautiful Queen of Scrolls is telling you as well, you can do this. You can do this. But if it is about a person in your life, then maybe that is what the impasse is. And just by really knowing, something is unraveling. Okay. Something is unraveling for you. Sorry, there was another card here as well. I just seen it peep out. And spacious mind and soul. Spacious mind and soul. I love that for us. Let's have a little read of them. So first of all, number 2, and spacious mind and soul is 21. So if those, I'm telling you these numbers for a reason. It could be that something is going to click. You're going to hear it. Unraveling is an opportunity to let go of the parts of yourself that have been holding you back. Surrender, accept. Each layer that is covered by the layers are like an onion of a deeper understanding of yourself. Choosing this card, you are ready to peel off another layer where you are feeling most stuck in your life, work, romance, or self-confidence. In order to unravel, you have to allow yourself to be vulnerable. Look inward to uncover fears and insecurities in this area. Remember, vulnerability is power, not weakness. The more you understand yourself, the freer you will become. Fantastic. And 21. We are not made of solid matter. We have two sides to our brain. The creative side and analytical side. When you're overthinking, stress, or problem solving, your creativity and feeling of spaciousness are limited. In order for your soul's creativity to emerge, you must prioritize cultivating space and stillness. Where in your life can you find space? First thing in the morning or late at night. Dedicate time every day to be quiet so you can begin to listen to your soul's intuitive voice. There we are. There we have it. Surrender, accept, listen. It's all happening. It's starting to move now. It is time. All right. The Queen of Scrolls will present to you that scroll, that gift of knowledge, of knowing, of understanding, of feeling that you are moving very happily along. But you've got to do that. The surrender. You've got to allow for this to happen. You've got to make space in your life for this new. Does that make sense? I hope it does. I think that's a beautiful, beautiful reading. So, my dear friends, I thank you very much for choosing Words of Wisdom, to staying and listening to me. I hope it has been good guidance. Please like, subscribe, and also make a comment. I love to hear from you. You take care. I'll see you again soon. Thank you for listening to me.